The Jasper Police Department has added another officer. More on that. Plus, Terry Seitz is tonight's guest on Monday with the Mayor, and host Bill Potter brings us another episode of Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin with a rare scam that made its way to Jasper late last week. A reported shooting at a home on the city's southeast side turned out to be a prank. At around 4:45 on Friday afternoon, the Jasper Police Department responded to the report of a shooting at the residence on South Meridian Road. JPD officers, DuBois County Sheriff's deputies, and Indiana State Police troopers all arrived on the scene and talked with the homeowner. The investigation found that the call was a prank and had come from an unknown location via Skype. The homeowner told authorities she had received a call from an unidentified man. The man told her he was going to empty her bank accounts and have the SWAT team come to her house. The homeowner also told police she believes their computer might have been hacked and her personal information was accessed. The case remains under investigation. Now, this prank is more commonly known as swatting. Jasper Police Chief Mike Bennett says this was the first time his department has encountered the issue. He says all law enforcement who responded handled the situation well. Bennett says police will have to be on guard in the future now that this has happened.
You always have concerns when once something like this happens and you get people that see it, they read about it and decide that they would like to try it too. But we will do everything possible to make sure that doesn't happen.
Bennett says many swatting situations are attempts to extort money. In other news this evening, Jasper police have arrested the person connected to a vehicle theft at Memorial Hospital last week. Back on December 30th, the department received a report that a red 2003 Mitsubishi Eclipse had been stolen from the Memorial Hospital parking lot. After looking at surveillance video from the hospital, police identified 58-year-old Howard Arnold of Jasper as the suspect. Then at 8 o'clock Saturday morning, Jasper police got an anonymous tip that the stolen car was near Arnold's residence. The car was then found in the area. After being interviewed by police, Arnold admitted that he had stolen the car from Memorial Hospital's parking lot. He was arrested and booked into the DuBois County Security Center at around 9:30 on Saturday morning. Arnold faces theft and auto theft charges. A Tell City man was arrested yesterday after he fired a shotgun during a domestic dispute. At about 3:20 Central Time Sunday afternoon, Tell City 911 received an emergency call from a residence in the 8500 block of Astor Road, about a mile and a half east of Tell City. The caller told dispatchers that 35-year-old Christopher Ray Salter had fired a 12-gauge shotgun in the direction of a woman and two men. After arriving at the house, officers learned that Salter had been involved in a physical altercation earlier in the day. During that dispute, police say Salter pushed the woman against a refrigerator and out the door. The woman then left the residence and returned with her father and uncle to get clothes and other personal items. When the woman and her relatives returned to the home, Salter came outside and got into an altercation with all three of them. Police say a short time after that, Salter went back into the house, got the shotgun, and threatened all of them. After asking the three to get off of his property, Salter fired a round into the left rear tire of the father's van as all three stood next to the van. Salter was taken into custody without incident. He was booked into the Perry County Jail on 6 felony counts and 2 misdemeanors. The charges are 3 level 6 felonies for criminal recklessness, 3 level 5 felonies for intimidation, a Class B misdemeanor for criminal mischief, and a Class A misdemeanor for domestic battery. Tell City Police assisted state troopers with this investigation. The Jasper Police Department has welcomed another new officer. This morning, Brent Duncan took the officer's pledge in front of family and friends at Jasper City Hall. His father, Dave, was selected to pin the badge. Duncan's appointment brings the department back to full force. The additional officer was needed after Jason Canese took over as school resource officer for Greater Jasper Schools. Duncan says he became interested in law enforcement after taking a hunter education course. He says his desire to help others also was a factor.
It just always intrigued me, and helping people has always been what I wanted to do. And law enforcement, I think, is the best way to reach people and when they're at their lowest.
The 24-year-old Duncan is from Huntingburg. He graduated from Southridge High School and earned a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from the University of Southern Indiana. Duncan is set to relocate to Jasper in the near future. Now, Duncan will spend the next couple of weeks working with current Jasper police officers. He will then head off to the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy next month. Duncan and his fiancée, Jordan Reese, are getting married in April. A local grocery store chain is now under new management. Officials with Holiday Foods and Groceries say the company's assets have been sold to Winkler Foods Incorporated. That company is based out of Dale. Company officials say Winkler Incorporated will also buy the Christmas Lake Golf Course in Santa Claus as part of this deal. Officials say the company's nearly 300 employees have been offered new jobs with Winkler. The deal involves 6 grocery stores in DuBois, Spencer, and Gibson counties. Now, Holiday Foods was originally founded back in 1969 by Lloyd and Ruby Winkler. Holiday Foods also owned and operated a second convenience store chain known as Winks. Winkler officials say the company will also continue to own and operate the Wesselman's supermarket chain in the Evansville area. Finally this evening, authorities continue their search for a woman reported missing in Greene County over the weekend. Indiana conservation officers say the search for 39-year-old Tanya Holloman of Colleen and her vehicle resumed this morning. Search efforts originally got underway yesterday afternoon in the Plummer River along the Mineral Colleen Road west of Colleen. The efforts were suspended last night due to darkness. Now, Holloman was last heard from at around 9:30 on Saturday night when she called her dad. Holloman told him she had accidentally driven into the floodwaters in the area. Holloman's location was confirmed through cell phone records. Authorities say they found an object that could be a vehicle during their search late yesterday evening. Conservation officers say that object was found in about 8 to 10 feet of water. Conservation officers say today's search efforts were focused in the area where the object was found. Divers went into the water, and officers say improving water conditions and depths have helped the search efforts. The Greene County Sheriff's Department, the Richland-Taylor Fire Department, Greene County Ambulance, and Indiana State Police are all assisting conservation officers with the search. All right, coming up after the break, Terry Seitz joins me for Monday with the Mayor, plus your local forecast, sports with Kurt Gooksell, and Inform. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.